Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another broadcast of Flying Shepherd. In an episode full of sprints, new season, new beginnings last week. Not a lot of differences in the game, in the gameplay itself. We still have the same format, dual races and Grand Prix events. Since last Monday, we already have had our first event for the new beginnings. This week it's going to be Miami GP. For both of them, I'm entering junior, at least for the start of the season. I'm going to stay in juniors, build up my car, build up my drivers, and then we'll see when it's going to be time to move up. Of course, as you might have already seen, DRS, as in Real Formula 1, has been removed and replaced by overtaking mode, which is supported by a new part, the batteries. Same format, meaning that like in DRS, the first driver does not get to activate it. And depending on the battery, of course, you have different behavior of the overtaking mode. One battery has better recharge rate, the other battery has more duration, third battery has more impact on during the overtaking mode. In any case, let's pick up this free crate. First of all, I'm in Series 4. I have almost maxed out my flags for Series 4. I have dropped some flags from previous series so that I'm going to stay in Series 4 at least for a little bit. Let's also get these two boxes. A little glimpse on my drivers and parts. Of course, it's just my luck that the featured driver for juniors, Lindblad, was not available for me during the first event, which was good enough. I finished up in P6. I've got a lot of upgrades to do. Both Villeneuve and Bottas, both of my drivers can be upgraded, and all of my parts can be upgraded. I'm going to upgrade only this battery. With my current setup, I can use some boost and get 45 plus points in most tracks, so I think it's good enough for the time being. Of course, we still have weekly objectives, and now let's start this sprint. Compared to the end of a season where 30 team score is nothing, right now 30 team score might mean an easy win versus an easy loss. As you can see, Jeddah is now 4 laps. Let's just use a warrior. Change of track stats in a number of tracks. Jeddah is now defending in speed. I see that my opponent is using instinct boost and the self-control. I think that self-control is better here than instinct. Looks like Villeneuve is going nowhere. Let's just try and overtake a couple of cars with Bottas here. Without burning up all of the battery. So, overtake mode is a little bit different in its effectiveness depending on where you press it on the track. And of course, having only 4 laps here in Jeddah means that my drivers are stuck. If one of them doesn't start well, they're going to get stuck for a long time in the pits. The second thing is that you don't really get many places to press the overtake mode. I'm going to choose to press this here. It's effective in a lot of places, not only in the big straights. That's why I prefer to use it in cornering situations, open corners. This allows my driver to overtake and create empty space and then use it in the straight by utilizing the greater speed that I have in most cases. You see that my opponent started up in front of me. He managed to get the first 2 laps some distance from me, but then It just collapsed. This race was not that good. 33 points. Now, the other thing that you might notice is that I'm not going to open up boxes early because, as you can see, it takes a lot of bucks to do that. Previous seasons up to the last one, you would need 10 bucks to open this golden crate. This season you need, as you saw, 43 bucks, which means it went 4 times higher. More than 4 times, actually. And while I can afford to do this with some boxes, it's not going to happen now. Overtake and speed. I've got lots of wood boosts, so in overtaking tracks I'm using them kind of loosely. I know they are considered premium boosts, but I have to keep up because I don't have a lot of warrior, otherwise I would stick to it. And of course it's a cornering boost, not a speed one, so it's not that well suited for this track. If you have Hex or something like that, it's pretty powerful. I would I would refrain from using the speed, overtake and restart boosts like Firework and Street Shark. They're far too valuable for Series 4 duels, even during sprints. As you can see, the recharge rate of the Series 4 battery that I'm using allows to use it once during the first straight, then once during the pit straight, and finally in the back straight. So in 2 laps you can activate it 3 times. And then in the second stint you start again the same rotation. Here I would have it here in the middle of the first straight. but I am going to save it once here. Let's see, here in the start of the second straight, the back straight. At least my Bottas is now in P1, so he's not going to be getting overtake mode in all the places. I'm gonna do this once again. As you see, overtake mode is so powerful that I'm getting there. And now, depending on who gets in the pits, I'm getting P1, P2 for my first driver, and P4 for my second one. And I'm going to change. Let's go here in cinematic mode. Let's watch this. One thing that has been upgraded since last year is this cinematic mode. Now it's got better camera angles. It's a lot more exciting, but at least for me, it's not a way for me to be able to play the game. So when I have something that needs my intervention, I can't put it like that. Even the default view confuses me most of the times. That's why I prefer the bird's eye view. I'm very used to it, and I can see the whole track and follow both of my drivers and my opponent's drivers. I'm going to use my warriors here. As you can see, my favorited boosts, I've got Carl for the 2-speed tracks, if I decide to use them. I've got Jean if I prefer to use defense. But in general, the setup that I show you in the start of this broadcast has a decent amount of speed for Series 4. My drivers are decent both in overtaking and in defending. And I've got a little bit held up. I might have made a mistake on choosing the boost, because with Warrior I see that I might not be able to get all the points that I need to finish up the sprint in this race. With 33 points in the first one and 50 in the second one, I need another 47 points from this one to finish the sprint. Hopefully this will not cost me the first place in the sprint. Because right now I'm getting 43 points. I don't think that Bottas is going to be able to catch Hamilton and Norris, or maybe he will, I don't know, but hopefully Villeneuve will be able, yes, to overtake a couple of cars. One lap and a little bit for the overtake mode to be recharged. But what do you know? I think I got more than 47 points here. Actually, this should be 49. So one sprint in 3 races is done. Let's see what we get. Some bugs, stability unit, Valtteri Bottas, and Stratos. Let's go for a second one. Okay, this is a more challenging opponent. I don't know if I upgrade independent speed. Okay, so let's do little experiments. Let's add more defense in one driver, Villeneuve, and speed in the other driver, and see the difference. Of course, in order to get reliable results, this should be tested in multiple times. But at the first glimpse, looks like Bottas has got the better of it. With the speed. Now let's get Villeneuve to gather up energy and maybe create some gap because he's going to get stuck. I'm thinking that maybe I should upgrade at least one of them, because I think that in this track at least it's going to help maybe having a stint, a 3-lap stint on mediums. Come on, Villeneuve, why did you get stuck there? Let's go. Oh, nice. I managed to stay in front of him, which means I got the win and 30 points. So race number 2, sprint number 2. Again, of course, skull here is miles better, but of course when you have 450 of one boost and 250 of the other boost, you pick, keeping in mind that you want to have some of all the boosts for the events. And of course, skull, since it has the track characteristic, or some other track, it's going to be used in events a lot more. Overtake mode here is very effective. And since in Monza it was not that effective, maybe I haven't found the correct place to use it. If you have any suggestions, just leave a comment down below and I will try your suggestion in my next live. Select Villeneuve because I think it's a good idea to leave the bird's eye view. Let's go this view, and now let's press this and see. Wow. And before you know it, Villeneuve from P5 went to P2. Very effective. So 51 points. Now I need a race with 49 points or more to finish again the sprint in 3 races. I just realized that I did not activate my double trophies during these races. So after the sprint, I'll have to activate it and run another 2 sprints or more. Get, overtake, and speed. Let's use Skull here. For both of them, I want to try and finish the sprint in 3 races, which means I need at least a P1, P4. Bottas is probably going to do P1 based on my previous races. Being in P7 right now usually does the trick. Villeneuve has a little bit of work to do. So, as I said, 1 activation here in the first straight. Second activation here after this slow part. In the third activation, as soon as it's given here, so the rivals Bortoleto might be able to overtake us here, but we don't really mind because he has a pit stop to do. And we've got a lot of distance from the cars behind. Let's see, Hamilton is also on hards and Norris. And we can manage even if we lose P1. Maybe we can put some back marker between Bottas. Yes, that's nice. Bottas got away. And let's see if Villeneuve can get to P2. Oh, not P2, P1. And then we can activate Bottas again. And he can get back to P1. So this is it for today. Let's see the rewards. Okay, charge core. Nice one. So that's it for today. Happy racing, and I'm going to be back broadcasting live tomorrow, Wednesday, for the qualification round of the Miami GP event in juniors. Have a nice day.